This video is not a substitute for reading and following the information contained in the service manual. All service procedures should be performed by an appropriately trained and authorized service technician with the necessary certifications. With the refrigerator and display on, press the power and alarm off keys for 2 seconds until PS0 appears. Tap the Fresh Food Temp Set key once to enter the display test. All the icons will blink. Press the Fresh Food Temp Set key to advance to Display Software Version and Revision. Press the same key again to advance to Control Board Software Version and Revision. Press the same key to advance to the sensor readings. Here the temperatures in Celsius will be shown for each of the 8 sensors as seen in this chart. They will continue to scroll through the list until you advance to the next service level. Tap the power and alarm off keys to advance to the low voltage test, SCOF. Press the freezer temp set key to start the test. The lights and fans in both compartments will run for about 8 seconds while the ice cube icon blinks and the display reads on. Once the lights turn off, the ice trays will rotate and return to home position in about 8 seconds. If a problem is encountered with the ice maker motor or tack switch, a red triangle with an exclamation point will illuminate. Tap the power and alarm off keys again to advance to the component test. The ice maker is the first component. You will scroll through the components with the Fresh Food Temp Set and Quick Cool keys and turn the components on and off with the Freezer Temp Set key. For the ice maker, tapping the Freezer Set key once causes the tray to rotate counterclockwise for about 5 seconds. Tapping the Freezer Set key twice causes the trays to rotate clockwise for 5 seconds. The next component is BF, which is the ice maker fans. Tapping the Freezer Set key will turn them on. Tap the same key again to turn them off. The next component is AU, the main water valve. This valve must first be turned on to operate the next 2 valves. The next one is DU, the dispenser valve. The next is BU, the ice maker valve. Next is SB, which is the fill tube heater, but the flapper heater is in the same circuit and will also be energized. Next is PP, the ice maker fill test. Pressing the freezer temp set will cause the ice maker valve to stay open for the currently set fill time. Default is 9.9 seconds. The fill time can be adjusted later in the IP setting. Next is FF, the fresh food fan. There is no speed associated with this fan. It will simply read on when it is on. Next is FO, the fresh food heater, located behind the lower fresh food wall. Next is IO, the ionizer. Next is BA, the blue lights in the fresh food section. Next is FL, the white lights in both compartments. Next is RF, the freezer fan. This fan has 3 speeds, 30, 20, and 10. Multiply this number by 100 for the current approximate speed in RPMs. Next is RE, the defrost heater in the freezer. Next is CF, the condenser fan. This fan also has 3 speeds, 30, 20, and 10, just like the freezer fan. The last component is CO, the compressor. Here you can scroll through the compressor speeds with the freezer temp set key as indicated in this chart. Pressing the Fresh Food Temp Set key will bring you back to the beginning of the component list. Tap the power and alarm keys to advance to IP, where you can adjust the fill time on the ice maker by repeatedly tapping the freezer temp set key. The default time is 99, which is 9.9 seconds. To exit the service mode, press and hold the power and alarm off keys until all the icons light up. Release the keys and it will go through a startup sequence and begin normal operation.